Other than that, I read some more of Steven Universe. It's still just kind of boring to me. There's no like plot line that's going on. It's just a bunch of like side stories. Like the last one was just him going. He wanted to go fishing, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta go find this gem artifacts in the ocean somewhere." And he's like, "Oh, that's convenient. I can go fishing while we're doing that." And they find a big worm monster and they beat it, and then they fish, and that was the whole thing. Filthy Beast, you got me. Yeah, they're just not doing anything. So I'm hoping if I get caught up, like if they're still doing the series now, maybe they'll be doing new plot lines and stuff. It'd be cool. Okay, Lightning Star Squad, attack. Who knows, you know?
We won!
Darn you. You got me. Sergeant Saki's gonna have my... Got some coinage, bruh. The pride of the Bloody Rose Squad is at stake. We can't let you escape, so give up. Am I just fighting several different squads of 3 people who are exactly this... Oh, sergeants! Sergeants! Are you guys gonna be any harder? Oh, they'll be a little harder. Okay. Let's do some whackers. I don't know. I really haven't been doing much else. I played a little bit of Pillars of Eternity. I'm starting to really get into it, and I think it's because recently I got to a point where I'm starting to actually, like, the lore is actually starting to matter. Because I feel like a lot of these games, like, it's too much for me. It's like, there's all this... There's all these names and locations and like different gods that get thrown out, and I'm just like, I don't care. And there's a bunch of books you can pick up, and I don't read any of them because it's just like, I'm never gonna, like, I'm just not gonna understand any of this stuff, you know. It's just gonna go in one ear, right out the other. So eventually it gets to, sometimes I try to read it, but eventually it just gets to this point where I'm like, I am not ever gonna, I'm not gonna understand any of this, you know. Like, I'm just gonna forget it as soon as I'm done reading this. But I got to a point where I have to, like, convene, like, pray to some gods. And so I had to figure out which gods were which. I read a bunch of books. How can I face Sergeant Nana? So I had to, like, go through the books in my inventory and, like, figure out what each god's thing was, to figure out who I wanted to pray to. And I found that to be really fun and interesting, because it was an in-game reason for me to, like, get invested in the lore and, like, figure things out. So I like stuff like that, where they actually integrate the deeper lore into the storyline, so it's, like, necessary to know some of it. Like, Divine Divinity did that, and that was, like, I really loved getting to that point at which I started to need to know, well, not need to know things, but, like, the knowledge helped me understand what was going on. It was pretty much necessary to really... I think Divine Divinity had a very simple backstory, though, which definitely helped me get invested in it. So now I understand all the Divinity lore, or at least the beginning parts of the lore, so I'm really looking forward to playing the future games with that knowledge in mind. Also, if me and my friends ever go back to Divinity Original Sin 2 or something like that, I will have some more knowledge that I can thrust into
Come on, get up!
into the game. So I think that's fun. It's partly why I try to play every game in a series if I can. Just because having that knowledge is just one of my favorite things. Like, oh, I know what they're talking about.
All right, we won.
You know? Does anybody else feel that way? Just me? To think, I just got assigned to Sergeant Mio's unit. I found an of course badge. I have not really been equipping much in the way of these, like... Oh, boy. Oh, well, shit, of course I'm gonna equip that over that. Alright. No save points. Great. Soldiers haven't made it to the engine room yet. But you can bet they'll be here soon. If we just stay here, we'll get captured, Justin. Okay, look, when they get here, we'll just start whacking them as they come. And if we need to, we can slam on the brakes. Is there anything I'm supposed to do, or do I just wait? Okay, take this, you guys. Here come the brakes. Burn it, this is hard to move. What are you doing with that brake lever, Justin? We can't beat them by just using one lever, can we? Well, yeah, watch this. Okay, here it goes, before they get here. Hey, go faster, Slowpoke. We've got to catch up with them, and then we'll show them a thing or two. Is Nana trying to get ahead of us? I won't let her do it. Alright, all of you listen up. You'll each get 100 latches if you fall behind Nana's or Saki's squad. Alright, we're doing it. Our unit is first. I guess we've got the edge today. Wait a second, Saki. We've got other stuff to worry about. What do you mean, Mio? Your unit got behind us. What? They're not here. Where the heck did they go? Don't just stand there. Go find them now. They fell for it. Idiots. There you are, Justin. You got me there back at the base, but you're not gonna win this time. That's right. When the three of us work together, we've got triple the power. Now, where's that animal? Where have you hidden it? We can't let that critter escape. We can handle that later. First, let's beat up this kid here. Okay, let's... I figure I can deliver a lightning speed kick or two. What a coincidence. I figured I could do the same thing to you. Fina, Sue, release the link between the cars. Oh, well, you know, we could have just done that without having the big speech there. What do you think you're doing? Think you can escape like that? You're just a bunch of stupid kids. We just have to put on the brakes, and you'll just come right up to us, you fools. That's right, the brakes. Hey, there's no brake lever. Neener, neener, neener. I'll teach you to mess with me. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I broke the brake lever. Not only that, I stoked up that firebox good and high. Justin, you're brilliant. Well, I sure hope they don't crash into some shit and die. That'd be messed up. Mio, quick, do something to stop this engine. It's no good. We'll all just have to jump off. Jump off a moving train? You idiot, how are we gonna jump off? We're going this fast. Do you know how fast trains go, bro? Well, it's time to say ta-ta to you three. Justin, just you wait. Oh man, they hate us. Man, we're like a cartoon character. I'm in the Misty Woods again? A different part of the Misty Woods? Where's this? How refreshing. And hey, did you see the expressions on their faces? You can bet they're desperately trying to stop that train about now. That's hilarious. By the way, Ram, how far is it from here to the Luke village? From here, it's not far at all to Luke Village. Let's go there. What you say? I say I'd like that. Let's go. Love how it just changed the mood instantly. Now that we've come this far, Luke Village is not far at all. I'm finally back home. Thank you, all of you. You just gonna stand there? You not following us here? Bruh? Just look at this mist. It's like we're in a cloud of milk. I can't see what's in front of me. What should we do, Justin? Should we wait till the mist clears? I guess we should. We'll get lost in the mist if we keep going. Hey, it's okay. Us Luke Mountain folk, we never get lost in the mist. Watch this. Wait a minute. Are you some sort of magic boy? Awesome, you cleared away all of that mist. Pretty cool, huh? I play this flute to let everyone in the village know that I've returned. Also, in Luke Village, there are odd nuts called mist-clearing nuts. I just used one to clear the mist. So let's go, everybody. My village is this way. Come on, hurry. Just wait a minute, Rem. He's gone. I guess he just couldn't wait to get back to his village. Okay, so let's get going, too. We'll lose him if we don't hurry up. I just used one of my patented mist-clearing nuts. Oh. Now I just need to use one of my run nuts to run into get to the village. Anyways. You know. Maximum MP and SP. When your magic skill level goes up, the maximum MP is increased by 2 points somewhere among MP levels 1 through 3. When your weapon skill level goes up, the maximum SP is increased by 1 point. Alright. Alright. So I've had quite the... Oh god, it's a treant. I've had quite the day today. An ant. Oh, do you think they're gonna be tough to hit? Let's find out. Let's follow up with a... Oh, that's the wrong one. No. Okay, they're easy. Easy-ish. Nut bomb! Oh, we fought these guys before. I remember them. They're not that bad. We should focus on the ones that are about to attack us and shit. Okay.
Not bad, eh?
We should be able to get through this area just fine. So I've had a bit of a day today. Last night, I think it was last night, or it might have been the night before, I don't remember. I might have just completely ignored it last night. Or yesterday. Situation was, I was at... Oh, dude. That's some weak-ass weed, bruh. Get that weed out of here, bruh. I was in bed, and I was hearing this, like, buzzing sound, and I was like, what is that? Because it would go on and kind of off a little bit at a pretty, like, a pretty steady rate. And I was like, what is that? And at first I thought it was just the apartment above me was doing something. Like they had an alarm going off or something that I could hear. So I started to, like, walk around to see. I literally got out of bed. I can't recall if... I don't remember if I was already asleep and, like, I woke up to this. But I went to go check it out, essentially. I realized it wasn't the... mist guard. It wasn't my upstairs apartment's neighbors. But rather... it was my heater. It was kind of like going on and off at a pretty steady rate. Random nut. Oh man, that was a random nut if I ever seen it. It was my heater. It turned out that my heater wasn't working. I've actually had a lot of problems with my heater. It goes like it's just the last time it turned out I just had to replace the fuses. It wasn't something I knew how to do before, so I like called my dad. I'm like, "Dad, my heater doesn't work. Like, what do I do about that?" And he's like, "Oh, did you replace? Are the fuses dead?" And I was like,
All right, we won.
"What?" So I just have no idea about any household anything. So I had no idea you would have to replace the fuse. Like, nobody's ever told that to me. You know, nobody's ever said, "Hey, why do I have this?" It only restores 1 HP. Why do I have a weak weed that I can't use, though? That's what I'm... Oh, right, okay. Anyways, yeah, it wasn't something that ever occurred to me that my heater ran with, like, a fuse. So if the fuse is, like, it's kind of like a battery, and it can go bad. So you gotta replace them every few years or so. You're also supposed to replace the air filter in the thing, which is another thing that nobody ever told me about. Like, this was my kind of my first apartment that I've been staying at on my own. But I don't remember. I've had apartments with other people, and I've stayed in dorms, which I guess that stuff you don't have to worry about so much in a dorm. But all right, that's it. I'm resorting to magic. Screw this. Actually, maybe I'll. Yeah, I'm gonna use trimmer. So I had no idea. There were a lot of things I just had no idea about. Car registration, not something anyone ever told me about. They're like, oh yeah, you have to renew your car registration every year. It's like a license to be on the road or something. You pay for access to use the roads. Like, I don't know, man. I feel out of the loop on some things. I mean, I've known that for a long time now. That's really old news at this point, but it was one of those things that I was like, how come no one ever told me this? It's like people just expected me to know that.
Full flame burn 'em.
You know? Oh, like you get a little sticker in the mail and there. You have to put it on your license plate. Then there's like the way that insurance works and all sorts of other stuff that's just really dumb. But basically, last time it happened, I had to replace my fuses, okay? And so I thought the same thing this time, but I was a little bit confused because, like, the light would go on and it would make sounds, but, like, it didn't, like, the fan part of it wasn't working, like, it wasn't actually generating any heat. What the fuck are these, bro? Bruh. So it's like, alright, well, I'll just go out to the store. I had some stuff I needed to buy anyways, like, so I was like, I'll go buy some more fuses. And I'll go buy... Oh, that's 2 things. I thought that was one thing, but it's 2 things. It's like a... Are those bottles? Oh, what the hell are these? Alright, flame burn them. I'm just gonna use digging.
Oh, flame burn 'em.
This is actually getting harder, I feel like.
Ha! Pretty easy, right?
Yeah, I feel kind of dehydrated. I have to drink some more water. But I was like, I'll go to the store. I'll go to Walmart. I'm gonna replace the air filter while I'm at it. Grab some new fuses. A few days ago, my fire alarm battery went dead as well, so like everything's been going wrong. That's really annoying though when the fire alarm thing starts dying, because it just starts beeping at you, and you just have to either unplug it or go replace the battery. It just will not stop doing that until you do either one of those things. It's the most annoying thing, but I guess it makes sense. I mean, I suppose you would want to know, right? Like, yeah, it should probably continuously update you and say, hey, my battery's dying. Maybe you should fix that. 'Cause the whole purpose of it is to keep you safe anyways. But you know. Oh, are they here?
Here goes!
Probably only needed one of those.
What a cinch.
So I had to buy a battery for that, which is a special, it's like a 9-volt battery, I think it's called. Alright, now I've been kind of turned around. Now I'm lost. Oh fuck, okay, now I'm lost. No, that confused me, Oh no, oh god. I'm confused. Where did I come from? Where did I go? Where did I come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Oh, here we are. Okay, yeah. We're going this way. So... yeah, I had to get that. I decided to buy a bunch of light bulbs. I needed some more light bulbs, namely I had like a fan, or no, sorry, the light above my stove. So that one went out, and I needed to replace it for a while and just never got around to it. I hate this place. So I decided to go ahead and fix that. And I needed to buy some more bathroom light bulbs. So I bought a bunch of those. I bought a bunch of garbage bags. I just went on an all-out trip. But basically, I went to Walmart, and I'm like, Walmart will have fuses, right? What the fuck? I completely forgot where you're supposed to buy fuses from. I'm like, where do I get these? I could have sworn last time I bought them, my dad kind of helped me get them, and we just went to, I guess we must have went to a hardware store or something, because I went to Walmart and I could not find them. I hate Walmart. I feel like there's just nothing good about Walmart. It just lets you down, you know? It's just disappointing, no matter what.
Wind, blow 'em away.
Blow 'em away. Like I asked an employee, I'm like, hey man, do you know where I would be able to find a fuse? And he's like, what kind of fuse? Which is a fair question. And I was like, oh, like a fuse for like a heater. And I literally had one in my pocket, and I showed it to him. And he's like, man, I don't know, probably go check the hardware section. I'm like, alright. And so I went and I checked the hardware section, which I had already checked several times. And I still couldn't find a fuse. So I walked around the store a little bit, like just trying to see if I could search for somebody that might know. And then I got a little self-conscious. I'm like, who do I even, do I just ask everybody every employee in the store where there would be a fuse? Like, how am I supposed to figure this out, bro? I ended up just kind of leaving after purchasing. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. These guys keep appearing out of nowhere. I think I accidentally stole the batteries from there. I didn't mean to, but I think I forgot to to actually scan them on the thing and just left them in the cart. What the fuck, dude? We're getting brutalized here. This might be bad. Do I have trimmer? No. I have... Shit, I don't have much with which to deal with these guys right now. Oh, and Sue is dizzy. I didn't even notice. Shit. Well, I'm gonna need her not to be dizzy, and if I'm gonna win this. Oh, fuck me. This is bad. This is real bad. She's dead, I think. Fuck, we're just gonna lose? I can't believe this. That was so ridiculous. They just came out of fucking nowhere, ambushed me, and murdered the shit out of me. Well, that fucking sucks, man. Are you kidding me? That is the first time I've died, and it just got a really bad roll of the dice there. Alright, let me try to get back to where I was then. I guess we're vaguely back to where we were. Okay, I can cross the river there. That was really annoying. But we're back. If I could just remember what I was talking about there. Hopefully not get ambushed by these guys again. So yeah, I was at Walmart. The guy wouldn't tell me where they were, so I just left. Like I said, yeah, okay. So I accidentally... God, there's a whole lot of these guys. I also bought some Red Bulls. I needed some Red Bulls, some lights, some batteries, and an air filter. But I couldn't get the fuses there, so I had to go and, oh, by the way, I have another story from earlier in the day, but I had to also go, and this is in addition to, you know, already working the full day, as I went second half, like, just, and now I'm recording this, like, a few hours later. Anyways, yeah, so I went to Lowe's, so I had to path out where Lowe's was, because I wasn't sure. I was like, have I passed by a Lowe's? I just checked it out on Google Maps, and it was, not where I thought it was. It was a little, you know, it was in a really weird location, because you had to go down this little back road, and kind of, it's like next to a cemetery. It was in a really bizarre place. Did that not, oh, I was gonna say, did that not do any damage? Yeah, so I went to Lowe's. I was able to find the fuses. They were a little hard to find. They weren't like super well marked, but I did find them. I did bring the fuse with me, so I knew exactly which one to buy. And apart from that, that was it. That's the whole story. There's a Goodwill right next to the...
Alright, we won!
Right next to that Lowe's, which is the only reason I kind of remembered being there before. I was like, oh, I've been to this Goodwill before. Because I went to that Goodwill specifically because I was looking for a CRT television. I was like, I have my own place now. I want to have a CRT television to plug in analog inputs. I was specifically looking for something with an S-video input. If that doesn't sound, you know, super dorky. It's pretty dorky, but, you know, whatever. I don't care. So, I went there, and I did find one. Exactly what I wanted, an S-video input. a big, not a huge CRT television, but it was a pretty heavy one. It was kind of difficult to get out of the store, and I felt a little bit embarrassing being this random guy who just came in, picked up a heavy-ass CRT television, tried to put it in his shopping cart at a Goodwill, and like check out with it. Some guy helped me pick it up. I probably should have asked an employee or something to help me, but this was a few years ago, and I wasn't very. I was pretty bad about, you know, doing anything at all. So I took it to the front, and I managed to get it into my car, into my back seat, and take it all the way into my house. And I was super proud of myself. I'm like, look at me, look at what I did.
Here goes!
I did something. I went out of my way to get something that I wanted, and I found it, and it was great, and it was easy.
Pretty easy.
So I had been to that Goodwill before. I decided to go again because I've always liked the idea of Goodwill, of like that sort of thing, like going there and seeing what they have, especially since I'm big into, you know, retro gaming and stuff. It's always been a hobby of mine to be like, yeah, maybe I can go find something cool at the local Goodwill. So I went there and checked it out again. I was like, it's literally right next door to this Goodwill, so I'll just go over there, pop over there, see what they got. They didn't have anything. It's kind of not a great Goodwill. I was looking for electronics, games. They had some Wii Fit boards, and I think that was like the most interesting thing they had. You know, they had some DVD players. They had a record player, which if I owned any records, I might consider buying, but I don't, and so I didn't consider buying it. They have some more monitors and stuff. I didn't need a monitor. Actually, I probably could get a second monitor. No, I don't really need one. But yeah, I went to look at like their games section, and they just didn't, like, it was a bunch of sports games and a bunch of garbage I didn't want, and just like it was a really weak selection. Like, at least if there were a lot of shit to dig through, it would have kind of been fun, but they had like 20 games maybe. Like it was just slim pickings. It was not even fun to browse. So I made my way straight out of there, and realized why I hadn't been back there. I was like, is there really a guy? Because I remembered it kind of not having that much stuff, and I was like, maybe it did. Maybe I just didn't really look. And no, it doesn't have anything. But, you know, this place is so confusing. I could have sworn there's a path I haven't gone down, and that's what I'm trying to find here, but I'm not sure. Holy fuck. I see other people doing that on... There's a creator on YouTube called Lazy Game Reviews, LGR. And he's made a couple videos just about going around to Goodwills and trying to find...
Feel the Earth's fury!
He calls it... thrifts? Secondhand thrift something. And he usually finds really cool stuff like boxed PC games and shit. I don't know where he lives. I guess it's just the area I live in. Nobody has anything interesting at all to give to Goodwill. It's just clothes mostly, and there was nothing else. There were a lot of shitty books. I don't know. It was dull, dude. It was boring. I didn't want to be there anymore, so I left. But we used to, like I've seen some retro game stores, and they're usually cool, but they're usually overpriced. So I do prefer the idea of the thrift store, just coming across something where the owners don't necessarily really know the value of what they have, and it's kind of like a little treasure that you find. You know what I mean? Kind of makes it cool. But I remember when I was a kid, we used to take trips to. My grandparents had a winter home in Florida, so that they could always be in like warm weather all throughout the year. So they'd go down to Florida for the winter, and we would go visit them, and there was a pool there, and we would just hang out at their like little condo that they owned down there. And we could go to the beach. It was frickin' Florida, dude. It was it was really nice. But one of my favorite things about going down there was the flea market. They used to have this like, I'm pretty sure they had this big flea market. But I think later on when we went back there, it wasn't there anymore, and we went to like a different flea market, and I didn't like that one. It sucked. But the original one that we went to is really cool. There were just like, it was just people. It was kind of like a garage sale, basically. So flea market does not sound very good, actually. Now that I think about it, that's a terrible name for something that is actually kind of fun to do. But I'm pretty sure anybody can like rent a little bit of the space there to sell whatever they want, like either things that they've made or, you know, secondhand stuff that they want to get rid of, or, you know, local produce. There's all sorts of stuff you can buy there. People could like promote their own local restaurants and stuff. Like, it was really cool. And the reason I like to go there was because I'd search around for mostly games. Mostly I would look for weird games for some reason. I don't know why. It was because they were a lot cheaper if I bought them from a flea market, and I could get some interesting stuff. I also sometimes I got Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards. I remember one time I had I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, and I had a card called the some sort of like ritual card to summon like a Hungry Burger. It's like, use this ritual card to summon Hungry Burger, and I was like, I don't have a Hungry Burger card though, and I was so sad. This is Luke Village. I already told everyone here about you, and the village chief says that he would like to meet you. He says he wants to thank you. I'll be waiting in my house, so go on and see the village chief, okay? See you later. Oh wow, look at you guys. The folks here all have tails. They flutter them around like wings. I wonder if tails are very useful. A good question. We get our tail at an early age, so I've got nothing to compare it to. I wonder, is it inconvenient for you not to have a tail? Anyways, the end of this story isn't super interesting. Something's happened with my headphones. Yeah, the ending of the story is basically, I found the card, but it was a Japanese version of the card at like a thrift store. I was so excited. I was like, that's the card, I need that. And then I bought it, even though I couldn't possibly use it because it was the Japanese version. But we've got outsiders in our village. What's worse, they're weird-looking creatures without any horns or tails. What? Excuse me? What did you say to that? You said what? Hey, don't you foreigners know how to listen? I'm gonna be the village chief soon. Hey, look, it's the guys with no tails, the ones who came here with Rem. I'm so envious. I wish I could go outside the village and go see all sorts of stuff. Maybe I should just do it, like Rem did, even though the grown-ups say we're not supposed to. As far as I know, you're the first outsiders to visit this village, since this village is shrouded in mist by the God of Light as protection. The fact you're here must mean the God of Light accepts you. I guess. If you say so, bro. Sir, that's a nice stone you have hanging from your neck. Thanks. You like this stone? Good stones help protect us, you know. Oh yeah? What about this one? It's a memento from my father. Oh my, that's a good stone. In our village, it's considered good luck to chance upon such good stone. Never seen you guys before. Did you drink the nectar? Nectar? What nectar? You didn't drink the nectar? You'd better go to the village chief's place right away and talk to him. Oh, I know you. You're the outsiders who helped Rem return safely. We're all so pleased with what you did. Thank you so much. Please don't make such a big deal out of it. We first-rate adventurers have a duty to help people in need. Oh, thank you so much, all of you. You rescued Rem, didn't you? My mama told me to thank you. Oh well, you're welcome. Puff puff. Huh? You outsiders, you like to say puff after you talk? That's so weird. Well, sir, what are you doing? You sure got a lot of feathers there. Yeah, well, we use these in the ceremony. I've just returned from gathering some more to make a feathered robe. You got a feathered robe to use in a ceremony? Yes, you've heard of it? The feathers indicate the God of Light's blessing. Hey, you guys came from the outside world, didn't you? So what did you come here for? We're adventurers. We're on a trip in search of the Angelonians. Adventure? What's that? Oh, what's an Angeloni? I never heard of any of this stuff. What's up with this bridge? Ah! I didn't mean to just go inside just yet. Yeah, that is the village chief's house. Oh, what's up, broski? Luke is a peaceful village protected by the God of Light. God of Light has Luke and the rest to protect it. Really? And where is the God of Light? God of Light watches over us from the skies. His idol is in the mountains behind us. Hey, little outsider girl, why does your hair ornament make that sound? It seems very suspicious to me. Huh? My hair ornament? I mean Puffy? Puffy's not a hair ornament. Ah, it sounded like that funny fuzzball just said something. Okay, alright, there's Rem's house. Hey, you guys, have you ever climbed a tree before? Guess what, I climbed the tree at the shrine once, and from up there I could see a gigantic wall. A gigantic wall? That must be the end of the world. Just look at that bone dump. Isn't it the finest bone dump ever? Bet there's nothing like this in your village. You're right, Parm doesn't even have a bone dump. What? Is your village okay? To avoid catastrophes, the village must take care of bones. If folks dump bones just anywhere, it brings bad luck, so you need to dump them where a priest can purify them. Even though you guys saved Rem, it gives me the creeps to see outsiders like you in our village. I mean, you're such weird-looking creatures. No tail, not even any horns on you. Well, mister, from our point of view, you folks are the ones who look mighty strange. Still, I must say I'm a little envious of your tail and horns. I am standing on the bone pile. Very cool. Okay, our spears and bows are ready. We've got our offering for the God of Light. This time we'll be sure to have good hunting. If I catch a nice plump rabbit, we'll have a feast. Ew, you eat rabbits? Oh, how cruel. Look, when we die, we go back to the earth. Plants grow from that earth, and rabbits eat those plants to live. True. You rescued Rem? He had been gone for several days. We were so worried, thank you. You're welcome. It seems you're rather fond of Rem, aren't you? No way. It's just that there aren't many kids our age in this village, that's all. Okay. Aren't you the ones who rescued Rem? As a thank you gift, here's a yummy, freshly picked caterpillar. Caterpillar? I really couldn't accept it. Please give it to Sue. Justin, don't pass it on to me just because you don't want to eat it. My grandpa said when a little, you can see the top. Mom, I couldn't see the top when I looked at it. I wonder if that means the wall is still getting higher. Even though you are Reb's rescuers, we ask that you're afraid regarding this place. The God of Light is Luke's patron god, who flies down from heaven to rescue us in times of need. Flies down from heaven, so I guess the god has wings too, huh? Cool. Very cool. Okay, what's over here? Stone, stone. Nope, no luck, I guess. What are you doing? I'm looking for a guiding stone. It's a mysterious, beautiful stone that can make any wish come true. I'll stick you with a quill to make ink go in your skin. It hurts like crazy, but the brave can take it. Even tough guys cry when they get tattooed. The village chief's son, he cried. Even the village chief cried. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about pain, so I decided to be a tattoo artist. As long as you're the one tattooing, you don't have to be the one in pain, I see. Let's go up here, I guess. Even though we're shrouded in this thick mist now, Luke Village doesn't have any mist long ago. Oh, is that right? That's incredible. No one's ever gone through it? I don't know if it's true or not, but there's an old legend about that. The God of Light's misty shroud. Ugh. I feel incredibly dehydrated for some reason. Let's go to Rem's house. I want to thank you all for rescuing Rem. Thank you very much. By the way, as much as we'd like to host you here, I'm afraid I must ask you to visit the village chief first. You see, you must have his permission before you are allowed to stay overnight in this village. Is there anything I can stash? Anything to stash? Do I get anything to stash? I can stash that. Oh, there it is. We're giving out the defense seed. I might be an idiot. I thought vitality was HP. No, vitality is not HP. Vitality is some other stat. Alright, that makes no sense, but sure. Since you're going farther in your adventures, you should get some advice from the village chief. Thank you so much for helping Rem. Rem, did you thank them properly? Of course. Good, so I hear you're traveling to the end of the world. Please feel free to ask the village chief any questions you might have for him. Oh, okay, there's no point going up there. What's in here? House 1, okay. Some new faces. Aren't you the kids from out west who rescued Rem? That's us. How did you know that? I'm the prayer leader of Luke Village. I offer prayers to the god of light for healing, rain, and good hunting. Even more than offering prayers, I also tell old tales to the kids, and I tell people's fortune. Sounds kind of cringe, old man. I'd hate to be you, old man. Let's go to the weapons store. Actually, with the weapons store, I could probably sell some shit, which makes me rethink a lot of what I just did. Alright, let's try this again. Sorry, I'm trying to organize my items, that's why I might have just gone... Welcome, we've got everything from hunting gear to medicinal herbs. If you're buying, have a look around. If you're selling, come talk to me. We don't see outsiders often. Did you bring anything interesting to trade, perhaps? I sure did. Alright, sold all that. Let's see what we've got here. Alright. All good on that. I want to give... I think I want to give Sue wind. And then I want to give fire to Justin. So fire will have... Yeah, this is cool. I mean, can I get more? I don't really know how this is supposed to work exactly. Can I give Fina water? Yeah, I can. Okay. Well, sick. Is there any downside to doing that? Am I gonna regret that in the future? That's all my mana eggs. Oh shit, I didn't even think about how much stuff might be here. I'm gonna buy this. I'm just gonna buy it. I'll give it to Sue currently. I just want to have it. Yeah, that seems good. Alright. So now that we're all decked out in terms of things and stuff and sorts, let me figure out where the heck I am, because I keep getting confused and lost. I wanted to stash this. Okay, we're done with that. since I came in, I didn't come in that way. How am I organized? How do I organize this? So I've been to here, I've been in there. I haven't been in that house. I've been in this house. I feel like I should have gone in these houses at some point. Is there any reason I can go over here? What's the matter, ma'am? Why don't you answer me? That's why. Huh? What did you say? Don't talk to me. Jesus. Freaking rude, lady. You're stubborn, aren't you? Well, I've got no choice. I guess my grandpa told me not to talk to you. He said that you outsiders use love words to make us free so you can bite our lips. Is that right? Love words? Lips? Are you talking about kissing, maybe? That's what happened to my great-grandma. That's how she got led away, so we don't talk to outsiders. My great-grandma got led away by outsiders. We don't talk to them. Fine, lady. If that's how it's going to be. We could have been friends, but you playing. Hey, I just noticed that you guys don't have any horns. Maybe there's no sun where you live? Come on now, I can't imagine any place that has no sun. And what's that got to do with horns? I mean, if you lived in a cave, there'd be no sun. We use our horns to find the light. They lead us to good warm light. You didn't know that? No, I didn't. Here's some new faces. Why are you still kids, I reckon? Are you kid friends of our M's? Yes, that's right. But please don't think of us as kids. We're seasoned adventurers now. Adventurers? I don't know what that is, but I reckon if you're calling yourself adults, you must be good hunters. I reckon. Have I talked to all you? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Have I been in here? Yes, I have. Okay, I'm just trying to... Oh my god, there's a whole thing over here. Ahead lies the road to the end of the world. The wall is shrouded in mist, you cannot do anything now. That large gate leads to where the God of Light is enshrined. It leads to the sacred mountain. These guys must be the gross, hornless, tailless outsiders that came here. I think it's a bad omen that outsiders come to our village. Ah, how rude. I wish they'd stop staring at me. No, it's you. I heard about you saving Rem's life. Since our village is shrouded in mist, we don't know much about the outside world. Where are you all from, anyway? We're from a place called Parm. We came on a ship from the other side of the ocean. Ocean? Ship? I don't know, but I'd guess that Parm is like a forest that's very far away. You're the ones who came from the outside world, aren't you? On your way here, did you find any tail waggers? Tail waggers? What are those? Oh, tail waggers are light yellow mushrooms that are broad and flat. They're so sweet and delicious. It's almost the season for them here, and I thought we'd go look for them. Guess what? I prayed and prayed, and finally I got pregnant. Now I just couldn't be happier. Really? Well, that's great. Congratulations. I guess only women get to know that kind of happiness, eh? Because I prayed to the God of Light every day, my prayers finally got through to the God of Light. That's so nice, and wholesome, and sweet. I'm the sacred mountain. In your condition, is that okay? In Luke Village, children can only be born with the help of the God of Light. Oh, are you the ones who helped Rem? I'd imagine you were a bunch of big tough types, not a bunch of kids. Kids? Believe it or not, we're adventurers. Hope you're kids, I can tell. You don't have any bee sting scars. Huh? Bees? What did bee sting scars have to do with it? Idiot. Well, this is the first time I've ever seen visitors from the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the world out there? Sure. Okay. No, apparently not. Okay. What is this? Just nothing, I guess. Why are you standing in here, bro? What's the point? You guys came from the outside, so I guess I can tell you. It ought to be okay to blab the chief's secret. Then again, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. Still, I'd sure like to tell you. What is it? Come on, tell me. Alright, but if I tell you, you gotta promise not to tell anyone. Here it is. You mustn't tell anyone this. Our village chief is very proud of his tail, but the truth is, he dyes it. You see, his tail is really all white. The girls think white tails are ugly. So the village chief, he secretly uses anal nuts. Okay. Unfortunate name. Anal nuts? To dye his tail darker every night. It's pretty vain for his age. Wow, that's some juicy secrets, bro. Let's go talk to the chief. Yo, fellow, you're the ones who brought Red back. Thank you so very much. First, you must go talk with the village chief. It is our custom here. That's why I'm here. I am the chief of Luke Village. I heard that you rescued Rem. On behalf of that village, I would like to thank you. However, I must ask you to stay only a short while in this village. After all, we're peace-loving people. What do you mean? You want us to leave? I wouldn't go as far as to ask that, but this is hard to say. It's just... Hasn't this village been visited by others beside us? Do you tell everyone to leave? No, that's not it either. It's just that to stay here, you must receive the blessing of the God of Light. So that's it. In that case, tell us how we can get this blessing. What do you say, Chief? Alright, I will tell you. The God of Light who protects us lives at the top of the mountain behind this village. Go there and bring back the bottle of nectar that is in front of the statue. That is how outsiders can come to be regarded as members of this village. The truth is that I wish not to disturb the peace in this village, but you rescued Rem, so I have no choice. Go to the mountains, Meek. Why do we have to do this? Are we planning on staying here for some reason? I mean, I guess we do have to go to the end of the world. Maybe they won't let us do that unless we are friendly with the village. This is I guess we'll do this, but we're not planning on staying here, bros. Oh, I've remembered that as a save point, and it wasn't. Okay. So this leads to the mountain, I think, right? God of Light Mountain Foot. Alright, so that was exciting. That was a whole heck of a lot of just a village, you know. You know how it be. I guess I'll try to finish my story here. Basically, I used to go to the flea markets all the time. I know it was a long-ass time ago when I started. But I used to get games, and I used to get Pokemon cards, and sometimes toys. I don't think I really got a whole lot of toys, honestly, most of the time. It was just a good excuse to get games at, like, a cheap price. Because my parents didn't even... Like, they didn't let me buy games very often, so... Like, I'd have to convince them to take me to GameStop or something. Or I would just, like... Actually, I don't think I had much money. I don't remember. Maybe I asked them to buy me stuff, and that's why. I don't recall. But I got a few games there at times, and it was really exciting. One of the games I got there was a game called Dr. Muto. On the GameCube. And it was such a weird game. But it was a very memorable experience for me. Like, I remember just being so excited about it. I was like, I bought it, and then I was like, oh wait, I can't actually play this until I get home. So I was just sitting there, like, staring at it, reading the manual. I'm like, this is gonna be so cool. I couldn't even play it. I'm gonna explore just the base around the mountain before I start going up. But yeah, I mean, you know. So I had Goodwill kind of being a bust earlier today. Earlier today, I decided to, because it's a Monday, right? And I was like, sometimes on Monday, I like to order in just like fast food from, just delivered to my place. It's just an easy way to, like, you know, I don't know, just something to look forward to for a Monday. So today, I ordered, I remembered I was gonna get like a burger or something. And then I remembered that McDonald's did that whole thing releasing like a new chicken sandwich. And I was like, oh, I'll order that chicken sandwich from McDonald's. So that's what I did. I ordered a chicken sandwich. And I was like, was a little worried because I ordered it like 12:30 and I thought it would take forever to get to me, but it arrived at like before 1 o'clock. And I was like, oh, okay. Because usually I wait to order shit later and then it arrives. It takes forever all the time usually if you don't. But I thought it would be faster because nobody's ordered. Like if I order something at like 3 o'clock, like it should show up faster, you would think, right? It just doesn't really work like that, it seems. I don't know why. Anyways. So the frickin' thing arrives, and normally with McDonald's, not that I order from there very often, but with McDonald's, they'll usually give me 2 bags. Like, they'll just drop it off in front of my door, and I'll have 2 bags. One of them will have the drinks in it, and the other will just have the food in it. And they're usually sealed with, like, stickers on it because of, like, you know, the situation. So, today I got 1 bag. I open it up, and the drinks are there, and then the food bag is, like, there's a smaller food bag within the bag. But the whole thing's sealed, right? So I open it up, I grab my drink, I pull that out. I don't know why, they put the drink in a separate bag because they put it in like one of those little drink containers that you can like carry several drinks with, you know what I mean? A little like recycled cardboard thing. Anyways. But I go to grab my food, and I start looking through my food, and I'm like, because I ordered a combo with medium fries. I specifically remember specifying medium fries. I open it up. It's just a sandwich. They literally just gave me the sandwich, and I was like, that's weird. And I checked through the. At the very bottom of the bag, like. Underneath the sandwich is a single fry. So my first thought is like, did the person that delivered this just like take my fries? Cause the bag did seem kind of weird. It was like kind of curled up at the bottom. Like I was like, okay. I don't recall them usually like rolling the edge of the bag. You know, I don't recall them doing that. They just kind of give you the bag. So that was my first thought, is like, did the driver that delivered my food eat my frickin' fries? The other thing was they didn't give me a straw, right? So I had no straw to drink my drink. Like, they completely bungled this order. So I was kind of pissed for a second. And, I thought about it, and I was like, well, the bag is sealed with the little stickers. Like, it arrived to me sealed with the little stickers, and these were not tampered with, so I don't believe the driver could have really done this. I think it just has to be that McDonald's that fucked up my order. And even if she's... Like, the only other possibility is that they just didn't seal the stickers at all and handed her the bag, and she was able to take the fries out and, like, put it back in. And even then, it's still the restaurant's fucking fault. So, 100% pissed at McDonald's for this one, for ruining my lunch. They literally delivered me a chicken sandwich and a fucking Coke with no straw to drink it. So, it ruined my lunch. It was like, it was just not much food. The chicken sandwich was alright. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't anything spectacular.
What a cinch.
Something about McDonald's food that makes it like really addictive for some reason. I don't know why. But it was kind of like that, where it was like, ooh. I ate it really fast. I am so fucking thirsty, and I have no idea why. Ugh. Anyways, I was basically hungry for the rest of the day, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So I was like, I'm just gonna treat myself again later tonight and like
Pretty easy, right?
order some other big thing to eat. And I convinced myself that was a good idea. And I ordered some Mexican food. And it was really good. It was pretty good. But it did make me feel sick after because I ate it really fast. So I was really hungry. I replaced a bunch of light bulbs. I'll admit it's not the most exciting day of anyone's life. You know, I did work today, but the thing I was working on like was kind of scuffed, so I'm gonna have to explain why the thing they want me to do is like not gonna work. I can't be very specific about that though, or at least I'm not supposed to be. So usually I avoid talking about work stuff because it's, I mean, first of all, it's not really interesting, and second of all, I mean, if anything I have to say is interesting, my work stuff is probably the least interesting. But anyways, yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing. Not really, but you know, we'll deal with that tomorrow. But anyways, I came back today from the store with my fuses. I plugged them in, put the fuses back in, and the shit still didn't work. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, that should have fixed it. I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna have to call, like, a maintenance guy to figure out what the actual issue is, because apparently the fuses were not the issue. And get him to, like, fix my fucking heater. But I do have to clean my apartment a little bit, because I don't want to embarrass myself, you know. It's always like, I gotta make an effort if somebody's gonna come here. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've got to impress the maintenance people, you know? You gotta make an effort, you know? Anyways. It's not that big a deal. It's gonna be a little chilly at nights, but it's like we're in that, you know, almost that transitional period from winter to spring. We're getting close to spring. Our winters have been getting shorter and shorter, so like our winters are kind of nothing at this point. Couple weeks and then it's over. Oh, much to worry about. Or like 2 months. Like January, February is kind of our winter, and then it's over. Like it's raining now. It's nothing, you know. It might get colder and snow again before the end of March, but who knows? It's just kind of chilly. This is actually like kind of a perfect time to where you don't really need the air conditioning and you don't really need the heater. So it's not that big a deal. I can go without it for a few days or a day or so. Just try to get it fixed eventually. Not that I plan on going for it that long, but, you know.
Alright, we won!
I'll get it fixed eventually. I also have a leaky faucet that I have to get fixed as well. I have a lot of... Well, it's just those two things that I have to get fixed. You know? Do you know? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been doing much else. I read Superior Spider-Man today. I'm trying to read through that series. That's a pretty good one. The Thanos 2016 comics. I'm reading those as well. Good stuff. I don't really need to tell anybody that it's good. It just is. Just good.
Not bad, eh?
I finally finished watching the Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey. I started it up like late at night one time because I was trying to finish up a lot of the like superhero movies that I hadn't seen yet. Just because I felt like I had time and it could be like a fun thing to just marathon a whole bunch of them. So I finished up the X-Men franchise. I finished up the Marvel stuff. I'm done with pretty much everything. Except for DC. So I watched Shazam. Shazam was pretty good. And I watched... I got around to watching a Harley Quinn movie this weekend. Yeah, at first I started it and I was kind of bored. I was bored and it was late at night and I was like, I don't want to watch the rest of this. And then... it took me a bunch of weeks and I literally just didn't go back to it. I'm like, I don't really want to watch that. And I finally went back and finished it like last night, and yeah, I don't know, it wasn't really anything special, and I feel like it could have been a lot more than it was. It just wasn't. Like I feel like it should have been treated a little bit at like the Deadpool movie. You know, when you have Harley Quinn, like you have to. She has to be ridiculous. She has to be a bit of a... She has to be cartoonish. And the movie's kind of at war with itself because it's trying to do this whole plot line about, like... it's sort of this... do I want to call it feminism? This, like, female, like, finding herself, you know, like, who am I without this... without Mr. J, you know. She's trying to find her identity outside of the one she had before, which was purely being identified as the girlfriend of the Joker, right? And, you know, I don't know that they really needed to do that plot line. It is kind of the iconic, I guess, Harley Quinn plot line to start off with, but... it's not really what the character is about, and that has kind of been done before. And it's been done better. I don't know. It's not a good thing to focus on. But, yeah, so they tried to do that and have her kind of... you know, be badass and cool, also being like, oh, no, I don't know who I am anymore, and I don't... and it's like she's also trying to be a good person instead of being a bad person, and it's like, there's a lot of things happening all at the same time. It's like, let's just focus on one thing at a time. Like, there's this whole plot. The Joker's not even in it, first and foremost, and yet a lot of the plot, a lot of the character conflict revolves around her relationship with the Joker, and he's not even in it. Like, how are you even supposed to... how is that even supposed to make sense? That doesn't make sense. So I think if you guys want to watch, like, a good Harley Quinn thing, definitely watch the DC show Harley Quinn. That show is incredible. I watched that before I watched the movie, and it's so much better. But I've also been reading the... God, my fucking nose. I just need to blow my nose. Hold on. Okay. Missed whip. Missed whip. Yeah, I figured that'd be a Fina weapon. Oh, it's like... Okay, she's got a level 15 dagger. Let's give her the whip again then. Let's keep her whip skills up. Sounds like a good idea. Oh, I wanted to go back and tell my finish my McDonald's story. So I bought McDonald's, right? And the Coke was the other thing. And so I had to take the lid off because they didn't give me a straw. And so I ended up fucking at one point just going to grab it, the like plastic cup, and I ended up spilling the whole fucking thing like all over my desk and onto the floor. So I lost my entire Coke, in addition to my my fries that I didn't get. What the fuck is trust? Speeds up one IP of one friend? What the heck is IP? Okay. That's a new one. Yo, bro. Yeah, watch the Harley Quinn TV show. They tried to shoe in, like, Birds of Prey into this, which I kind of get, because it's about this, like, female empowerment group, and it's an all-female superhero group made up of, you know, women that were kind of downtrodden and, you know, not given the proper respect that they deserved. But there's just too many moving parts, and I don't really feel like it should have just been ridiculous and silly. And I also feel like the action scenes felt a little low budget at times, where it should have been Deadpool-esque, very over the top, a lot more violent. You know, could have been a lot better. Here's the nectar jar. Now the God of Light will bless us. Our goal is the end of the world. It'd be hard for us if we get kicked out of Luke Village now. Okay, let's take it. Nectar of the Gods acquired. Cool, I guess that was it then. That wasn't... I mean, literally anyone could do that. Call that a challenge? Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't really screaming Harley Quinn to me. She's a bit... I mean, she's crazy. You have to be over the top and insane with her, and they're trying to also, like, humanize her in a way, and it was like, and also make her into a hero. She's kind of like an anti-hero-esque. She's like, oh, I gotta do the right thing. It's like, nah, don't do all that. They needed a very focused plot like Deadpool had. They needed to do Deadpool. Deadpool pulled that shit off amazingly, and they should have just done a similar thing, but yeah, it was not great. And yeah, I was very bored by it, and I stand by how bored I was of it. You really brought back the nectar of the gods. Then I have no choice. Now you all must drink some of that nectar. Huh? Drink the nectar? Once the nectar enters your mouths, the God of Light will accept you as one of us. You could just put the jar to your lips without really drinking. It's the symbolism, that's all. Or you could simply be on your way. We wouldn't mind at all, you know. So what happened? Drinking the nectar is to gain the God of Light's recognition is a key ritual. Let's just pretend to drink it. Like this? Yes, the God of Light now regards you as one of us. However, please take my friendly advice and give up your plans. Toss away those unreasonable ideas. What's going on here? Unreasonable ideas? I heard from Rem that you want to cross the end of the world. Do that, you have to get out of the misty forest, endless though it seems. That's right. Doesn't the mist clearing nut work for that? We would need something like that. Those nuts are very valuable. We've only got a few in the village. They can't be given away so easily. Take my friendly advice and do not attempt the crossing. Man, how stingy. Now all we're hearing is please quit. Please don't do it. Young man with a rude mouth. We are not being stingy. The mist-clearing nuts are vitally important to us as residents of the Misty Forest. They are treasures that our ancestors received from the Icarians. The Icarians, you said? You mean the Icarians from the Angelo legend? Sir, do you mean that Angelo legends are told here in Luke? Please, we want to hear them all. Oh, well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to tell them. It'll take a while, though. According to an old tale from this village, in the distant past, the world was bathed in light, a glorious world. The Icarians were protected. They did not suffer old age or illness. It was a peaceful world, they said. Then our ancestors stole the wings of the Icarians because they wanted to be Icarians too. But this was not a natural thing for people who had never had wings. And when those wings were attached to the backs of our ancestors, they turned black and blocked the sun from this village. Plants died first, then animals. We almost lost our light of hope. What a horrible time that was. To keep the darkness from spreading, the Icarians built a huge wall around us, to shut our world off from theirs. That wall, that's the end of the world? Yes, the wall meant that our ancestors were left with the world that remained on this side of the wall. The Icarians were nice enough to toss our ancestors some special nuts which can remove the darkness. Although the darkness was replaced by mist, we've since used these mist-clearing nuts to lard our way in the forest. Without the mist-clearing nuts, even we Luke folk would not be able to go through the misty forest. Wow, you got the nuts from the Icarians? Now I want one even more. So what happened to the world on the other side of the wall? Today, the world on the other side is still a happy and peaceful place. They say that when we die, our souls return to the other side, to the ancient land of happiness. What a mysterious legend. So are you folks really serious about climbing that wall? Please take my advice and don't do it. No one has ever returned from there. Please, rest, at least for today. You may stay at Rem's house. Rem's parents would like to thank you for rescuing their son. I'm dead tired. How about you, Justin? Yeah. Anyway, let's rest up today. Okay. I wonder how true that lore is. Oh, so do these guys have wings? I see they have tails. Hey, come stay at my house today, okay? Huh? Please? Well, alright. Yay, I'm saved. You're saved? Oh yeah, well, you see, if you don't come, my dad'll punish me. What? Did you finish talking with the village chief? It won't be easy traveling to the end of the world. After all you've done for Rem, the least we can do is offer you a meal and a place to stay tonight, okay?